Hey Yash, I've been wanting to make this video for a bit, so then I can refer people to this video when they leave certain comments and questions. That's the benefit of videos. I used to have to repeat the same thing over and over again every time I met somebody about diet, about semen retention. I'm like, there's got to be a better way. Then, YouTube, okay, and you just direct them to there. And then if they have specific questions after that, then it's okay. Then it's more of a creative process. Like you got the foundation, and I don't have to keep repeating the foundation. So then we get more specific and individual. So why don't I look better? I've been doing semen retention now, and I'm looking in the mirror. Where's the glow? Yash, where's that glow? And why aren't my eyes popping? And why aren't girls chasing me? And where's the charisma and the magnetism and the benefits and all that stuff? You, it's like, why are we doing semen retention? I made a video about that too. Now I understand we can't help it. You can't help it. Like we start on this journey, and we're going to be more tuned on material bodily level. You can't help it. I understand. At the same time, it needs to be constantly addressed. Where are we living from? Where's our attention, and what's most important to us? What's our attention on? Is it material bodily level, or is it on, you can say, our spiritual nature? This just has to be constantly pointed out and reminded, because then it's like it accelerates the evolution of consciousness. And the consciousness starts to transcend this material bodily level, and it starts to realize, you can say, its true nature, or more subtle, a finer level in life, as opposed to this material gross level. Material level's cool, but when that's the main focus, it's a roller coaster of like up and down and duality, and oh, I feel good today, but tomorrow I don't. Oh, I got attention from 10 girls today. Yeah, I'm doing it. Next day or week, oh, I'm not getting any attention. What's wrong? Look in the mirror. Yeah, I got gains today. Eyes are glowing, everything. People are reflecting that back when I'm in public. Like people are like, telling me, even, verbally or non-verbally, they're saying like, yeah, you got it. See, and then we get addicted to that, because then the next day they're not going to do it. There's not a continuous, unbroken, constant state where we're just constantly getting external attention that tells us we're okay. The universe don't allow it, because then we would never grow. At some point, we have to get our juice from inside. God and I are a majority. This slogan has to be true in one's life, because when it is, you're going to feel good. And then it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter anymore if you're getting attention externally. And see, you got to understand, we don't even know why they're looking at us. Our mind will interpret why they're looking at us in a way that will feed our ego. We'll say, "Oh, she's looking at us because we're hot." Like, yeah, we're attractive. This is why she's looking. Maybe she's looking at us because she feels sorry for us on some level. Who knows? Maybe she's looking because you remind her of her a brother she had, or a friend, and then maybe they died, and so she's looking. We don't know why they're looking, but the mind just wants looks. Just look at me. I'm doing semen retention, man. This is hard. Where are the benefits? See, if you're doing it for that, you're not going to be doing it for long. It's like, why are we really doing it? You got it. Something inside has to feel like this is the right thing to do. This is the main thing. If you're doing semen retention because you can say your higher awareness just is telling you like, man, this is what should be done. I don't care about the benefits. Like, yeah, okay, let them come, let them not come. Today they're here, tomorrow they're not. Whatever. That's not my business. This is life and how it's running and everything. That's fine. I'm doing semen retention because this is what I'm supposed to do. My heart and spirit wants to do this, because then it's like then I can be the fullest version of myself. Then God can manifest through this body in a more unfettered way. This is our main purpose in life, to give birth to our highest self, or to the universe. The unlimited needs this limited body to express itself. But if we're blocked with a bunch of bad habits, and our mind is caught up and we're a slave to, these addictions and attachments, then how can our higher self shine through? It's going to be blocked. It's like the sun. Like, our higher self is the sun, but if there's a bunch of clouds, the sun can't really come through. So we're trying to get rid of the clouds here. And one big cloud is when the mind has this strong expectation and hunger for female attraction or any other material thing. Where's my manifestation power? Like, why, see, when you stop thinking about those things, and you remember what's really important here, and you're doing this practice so that because you just feel it's the best thing to do, and it somehow gives you a contentment. It matures you spiritually than if you weren't doing it, than if you're doing PMO. PMO just keeps one in a very dark world. So when you're doing semen retention, something feels, your higher consciousness is like, yeah, this is good, finally, okay, let's keep going down this path. And then it's like your world's different. You're not tuned anymore on materialism and success and physical attraction and looking in the mirror and sex and all that stuff. There's a whole nother universe besides that happening right now also. So semen retention helps to kind of fine-tune your perception on the more subtle things. You start to recognize, like, wow, life is super vast, like unexplainable, like whatever that moment, when you're more in the moment. So when you're more in the moment, you start perceiving things that normally you wouldn't be perceiving if your mind was busy with a bunch of concerns and worry about how you look. So you start to sense things on another level. Or maybe you're not thinking at all. That's a nice state too. You're just chill. You're just empty. There's no thoughts. You're not waiting for next thing to happen. You're not projecting into the future. You're not counting your money in your head. You're not trying to assess, are you meeting your goals that you set, like all that stuff. It's cool. I mean, all that stuff's cool. We can't help it for a while. This is the growth that needs to take place. We're all born in this world conditioned to think these things are important, but at some point we start to reverse that. We start to go more inside. We start to perceive things more subtle, as opposed to just the obvious superficial surface level stuff that everyone's perceiving. You start instead of, when you go to public, when you go into town, instead of looking at like which girl looks the best and are they looking at you, you start, maybe you're perceiving them directly. You're like feeling where they're at. You're not trying to, but you're seeing yourself in other people. It could be your previous self, your current self, maybe your future self. What does that mean? That means you see somebody, I've seen comments before, they're like, you remind me of my future self. That's because you already know all this stuff. It just kind of has to be born. It has to come out of the dormant state. It's in hibernation. So this channel is about waking that up. So that may be your new world. is you're going and you're walking around and you're just somehow feeling yourself in others. And that gives a sense of compassion and empathy. And then all of a sudden, okay, you want to talk about manifestation? When you're in that state, you'll manifest your higher self, not the mind. You'll manifest a certain situation where maybe you can be a service. That becomes much more fun and satisfying than trying to see, like, what's the next angle? How can I, can I use this person to get something, get what I want? All that. It just becomes you know? Yeah, you start operating on a different plane, a higher plane. You start to realize the true important things in life. The material stuff, that continues. It's fine. It's not like saying, look, both are important. Material, like, I need money too. Let's appreciate everyone's donations and all that, because I also need money. And there's a limited amount of energy we have in life. It's like we only have so much energy. So you can't, what are you going to do? If somebody's making videos and then that's going to take away from if they were working and making money the standard way. So it's all balanced. So the material world, like, we're in that. But when that becomes all there is, when that's 95% of your focus, then there's a problem. And you're not going to be happy. You'll be happy today and sad tomorrow. So you got to transcend that. You got to somehow be open, let this higher self shine through, and it will guide you. It's an evolutionary thing, though. You can't just, I'm going to be higher. I'm going to be awake right now. Okay. I want to be awake. Oh, I'm going to be awake. You got to go through the evolutionary process. Videos like this, or books, or talking to people, it helps accelerate the evolution. You just pay more attention. This is your sadhana or spiritual practice. Pay more attention. Like, check in. What's really important? And let guidance tell you, This is the game we're in. You can't get it all at once. I'm going to make a video about edging, I think, because edging is something else, man. All right, I'm going to talk about that next. All right, have a good day.